Okay, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Metaphor, where we've lost our last and only hope of avoiding our terrible, terrible fate. Yep. Gonna get guillotined for my incompetence. Alright. Apparently this person can't tell the difference between us, despite the fact that we look fairly different.
Come off it.
Well, am I correct in presuming that you're the prince now? I hadn't heard of any elder boy joining the resistance rank and going out on missions, so seeing you took me by surprise. Think that you were the prince's other half. Ah, fate is a fickle one. I'm not entirely sure exactly what I am here. How could this be? It's just truly a miracle. That he agreed to blah blah blah. Okay.
Now what am I to do?
Okay, this is still sort of this way. I would kind of like to get some of this sort of stuff here, but it's pretty expensive. So just base stats, it kind of looks like that's 5. Yeah, stuff I've got sort of better. Don't have enough money for this. And I can't get my laptop to work. It's you just dyed your hair. And eyeballs. Don't forget the eyeballs. Those are also bleached. Kind of looks like they've been bleached, let's be fair here. Okay. Yeah, trying to get my laptop to show up here is not...
believe.
And now there's a dead person who came back to life. Are all the royalty from the outside world like you? Yes. The outside world sounds ridiculous. Well, my father is a gigantic skyrock, so... Yeah, everyone out there's like this.
Oh, very nice.
Therefore, blah blah blah. Yep.
Oh.
Oh, heavens, the dead prince is alive? Old man Russell must be dumbfounded. No, the live prince is alive. There is no dead prince. The rest of the resistance still lived. I wonder how they might have taken the news. Probably the same as Russell, really. A friend wants to see you, Gallica. All I ever wanted was to celebrate with everyone once we had finally achieved the goal that we'd always dreamed of. Well, this is what they get for not leveling enough. Just to beat one Scottish guy that we met at the beginning of the game.
Huh?
Wait, is that you, Gallica? You're okay. You left in such a hurry. I was worried.
Well.
Sorry about that. I've been out traveling, actually. I've got this really important mission. Wow, it must have been pretty hard. I can tell just by looking at you. And I can tell you've changed a lot, too. You're totally different. Is it because of this person you're with? You two are just like the king and fairy of legend. King and fairy? Yep, a long time ago, there was a man who traveled all across the world, and he had a fairy with him, just like you two. Is that Link? One day the traveler became a mighty king, and his fairy companion became wise and knowledgeable as a person, so everyone called her queen. More of a respect thing. Are you sure? Isn't this one of those, and then they just platonically spent all their time together and never married and lived with each other sort of situation? I feel like that's the kind of thing you're going with here. That's the legend. Pretty similar to you guys, huh?
But I...
Queen, huh? But wait. What did the fairy do after the journey ended? Did she stay by the king's side? Who knows? I don't even know if the story's true or not. But if she did stay, I think that'd be lovely. It's locked and the handle's covered by a layer of dust. Seems as though it hasn't been opened in a long time. Time to open it.
Oh!
Me? No, I'm not part of the resistance. I just helped out in my own time. Take it you saw the coffins outside. Old man Russell is on his own now. Ever since I was a kid, the old man's been teaching me such about the old world. The adults all speak ill of the resistance, but the younger folk around here are all genuinely grateful for him. Okay. God damn it. Okay, why is this laptop refusing to... I'm just gonna have to do this the stupid way. Alright. Hit the power button. Supposedly bad for your laptop, but whatever. It's better than it just being in whatever loop that was. Finally awake. Okay.
Oh, it's you!
Beyond here lies the altar of secret history, the sanctuary which houses the true story of our people and world. This sounds like ancient aliens. Lady Gridday waits you inside. Ah, and also please kindly refrain from making any loud noises, lest you startle the fairies. Gallica's not that startled by loud noises. She's disturbed by them when we're like banging on pots and pans and stuff like that, but she's not startled.
Huh?
Oh, it's you, Gallica. Yeah, long time no see. I'm so happy to see you're safe. A long time? Has it really been long? Oh, I suppose you're right.
Wow.
Wow, I guess you didn't miss me much. It's been several months, you know. Several months? Oh my, Gallica's keeping track of time now, is she?
What?
Huh? What do you mean? A day, a month, a year? That's people talk. What does time matter to a fairy? You're almost like them. Well, I guess that's kind of cool. I guess fairies are immortal and unaging, so they don't give a damn. Oh wow, it's Gallica. I don't know why, but I'm so happy right now. Come on, Gallica, let's play. What should we do? What should we play?
About that.
I'm sorry, but I can't play right now. Another time, okay? What do you mean you can't? Are you really Gallica? Whatever, though. When you can play, I'll be around.
Does this depict the Elder tribe?
Kind of actually just looks like it depicts, like, Italians? I don't know.
Elder comes from an ancient word, meaning only the old ones. It was an alias given by our ancestors to outsiders who visited the village in the distant past. As for our original name, you know it well by now. We were humans.
The human tribe. So Luis's words.
There is no human tribe. Tribes, as we know them today, did not exist then. We were all one people. Humankind.
It's not exactly correct, but okay.
A world united. But wait. The ruins on Virga Island. There's nothing left of the civilization today. Was it destroyed? Why? How?
2025 financial crisis might have done it.
A war. One that all but destroyed the world past. But its destruction was born of the discovery of Magla. Or
Magic? Okay.
do you wonder what they battled over? Without the divided tribes, what could they have disagreed on? They were racked by division. Over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness. They tried to destroy something invisible, and destroyed only themselves. And any idea of absolute rightness is born of fear. That fear flooded the world, and gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before. The people we now call tribes were either born of artificial division for the sake of the war effort, or natural adaptation to survive the hellscape after.
Be nice to know which ones are which. I'm assuming that the Rosant were probably bioengineered, I guess. The ones that are, I guess, more in charge were probably deliberately engineered, I guess? I don't know.
Unbelievable. We've met plenty of people caught up in pointless conflicts. Given the choice, I know they'd rather live in a world without tribal division. And yet the truth is, that world's already fallen apart. More than that, it's how we all got here.
Such drastic physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla, however, it was only a matter of a scant few centuries. You understand now, yes? We, the Elder, are the survivors of the old world. Our ancestors fled the flames of war and thus escaped the ensuing divisions.
That means the prince. That is to say, I am the scion of both the old world and the new. That's just any Elda, really.
It beggars belief. 'Tis nothing short of astounding. But then, why do we know these monsters as humans?
By the war's end, both sides were consumed by fear. Their magical assaults escalated with each retaliation, until it was beyond all control. Our world became a hell. Rampant Magla distorts the body and mind. By now, I'm sure you know that better than you ever wished to. Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that succumbed to melancholia. Broken, horrifying testaments to their own mistakes in the war of magic.
Okay. So, they're just in their emo phase, got it.
Some persist, breed, and multiply as any beast does. Others live centuries of agony before their lives burn out. Even we do not know the full scope of their nature. Regardless, when the 8 tribes settled in this land, our claim to the human legacy was forgotten. To the people, the name only meant slavering, insane monsters. Therefore, we took on an alias instead. The same one by which we are known today. The Elder.
So, the old world couldn't control its magic, and... Wait. How does the Sanctus Church fit in? All this revisionist history to spread their magic igniters.
Indeed, what are magic igniters to you? Tools for the Church to shackle the people, perhaps? Or weapons that hide magic's true potential? Am I close to the mark?
Okay. Hulkenberg definitely comes across as a bioengineered weapon. Yeah, Hulkenberg definitely comes across as a bioengineered weapon. Look, if you don't remember, like, the deep lore of this channel back when it was, just a lighthearted, fun thing to make fun of Fox News when I started this, that is the reason that the tagline of this channel is 1% news content. Anyway.
In truth, it's the opposite. Igniters are tools made to limit magic. Restraints made in self-discipline, meant to avert a repeat of history's destructive mistakes.
Substantially less fun to make fun of fake news these days on account of Onion articles basically being, accurate, so...
The Sanctus Church of today is muddied by greed, but its faith was born of good intentions. They once urged self-control, and thus control of one's personal magic. At times, they preached we must close our eyes to the truth when it would only lead us to ruin. By this benign tenet, history was obscured, and the Elder denounced.
Guys get to be the scapegoat, huh?
I had no idea. There's a grim irony in that.
It's unbelievably depressing.
His Majesty only hid his son's
I
ancestry
think you have to
protect
refer to
him.
it as believably depressing, because you have to believe
Yet
in
in
the
the end,
reality that
that
we
man
have.
Forden
which,
could attack the village under
is poorly
any
written,
pretext
to
he
say the
liked,
least.
his motives concealed.
With all that said, you have now reclaimed your true form. The friends that stand with you are of different tribes and ideologies, but of one mind.
Are we just not going to get a replacement Rogue? We just are stuck with the dead one? Okay, fine.
As you are now, you may walk the path of the rightful king. The path of a modern world, where the tribes walk as individuals, yet with mutual respect and cooperation.
Yeah, that's going to happen, sure. Totally, man.
The sovereign's power, thou king to be, entrusted with the will of the people. To bear their hopes is to be their rock in the storm, and to face anxiety in their names.
You know, it sometimes looks like you're, just holding your head because you're getting a message in your brain. This one really looks like you've got a codec or something like that. You're gonna get Snake on the other side of the line here.
Yet, anxiety itself is not something to blindly reject or desperately cast away. It begins with a simple thing, acknowledging its existence. Accept thy weakness, walk forward alongside it, and thou wilt grow strong and true in its company.
Depends on what the anxiety is from and what sort of... There's a lot more nuance to it than that. There is weakness in people. Oh yeah, I'm sure there are many who would say that helping anyone in need is nothing but a fantasy. Helping anyone in need, kind of a little bit in the sense of, you're just one person, but, you help other people, though. Snake's giving you advice on how to fake your death and lay responsibility elsewhere. I think he does do that at some point. Yeah, that's a good point. I need his advice.
And besides...
But realistic or not, I refuse to accept Luis' methods as the alternative. Weak and those who dissent don't deserve to die out as though that's the natural order. And then I burst into flames. That's how I fake my death. My determination to challenge the unknown has awakened the heroic embodiment of the prince. Can I not be the adventurer formerly known as Prince? Is that an option?
Let's do it.
If no one understands me right away, I accept that. There will still be meaning in showing them my convictions in the fight to come.
Let's fight.
That is my mission. Who wins if I kill... I did play all of them, but I actually just don't remember them very well. They sort of, like, muddle my head a bit because the plots are so weird.
That's it. I've made up my mind.
Actually, no, that's not true. I haven't played all of them.
I'm with you to the end. No matter what.
I haven't played any of the non-mainline games, so if it doesn't have, like, a number to it, basically.
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding voice thing told me my duties were over.
You're fired, Gallica.
But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you. Even if it is scary.
I also haven't played all those Konami Metal Gear Solid themed pachinko machines, you know, and I don't plan to.
Even you've got to cope with anxiety, eh?
It wouldn't surprise me if they lore dropped in those.
I've realized something in our travels. Anxiety can lead people astray. But overcoming it makes a person stronger.
Not always.
There's always anxiety in the unknown. I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand.
I'm one of those weirdos who doesn't get anxiety over things that I don't understand, so, like, you know, not really me.
That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect with their anxiety. Is that okay?
Only counting 1 to
From
5,
now on,
yeah.
it's not
I
about
played 1 to
orders.
5. I just
I'm
don't
with
remember
you,
them super well.
because I want to be.
I'm counting on you, Gallica.
I'll be counting on you as always.
Are you sure you don't want to be the king?
Same here. Stick close to me, okay?
Isn't it easier if you stick close to me? You're a lot more agile than I am. Actually, maybe not.
Well, we're past the worst of it. But the problem remains. Luis's dark magic. We've seen it turn the boy into a monster. And no doubt he can do it again.
What if we turned Luis into a monster?
A forbidden spell, turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters. In other words, a destabilizing magic, churning a person's magla into a
You feel
snarl
less bad? Yeah, I
beyond
don't feel bad
control.
about that at all. I also just generally don't care that much about spoilers too much. Like, sometimes it's kind of annoying, but, like, usually I don't really care. Because, outside of its context, spoilers don't really mean much. Like, you'll be like, oh yeah, this is a thing that happens in, like, whatever. But without knowing the surrounding whatever, it's kind of just, like, doesn't really mean anything to just say it happens. It's like, okay.
This man named Luis. He may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
Luis has been here? What do you know of him?
What do you wish to know?
What is this forbidden spell?
What is this forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control.
So if I meditate hard enough at Luis, he can't do anything except cut my head off or something, I guess. I don't know.
That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy, and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the
You
ancient
care quite a
war
bit,
once
so
were.
try not to be a hypocrite about it. That's fair. I mean, you know. I think it's one of those ones where it's like you go with the target person rather than your own sort of feelings on it. Like if I don't care, like I try not to spoil things for other people, even though I don't care. Because I know that some other people really do care, so I try not to. Even though, like, if they do, it's fine. But, yeah.
In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer, and thus, the power of magic is born.
Yeah, I think if people could just magic their way out of, like, having anxiety or magic themselves because they've got anxiety, I think we'd have a lot more magic running around. I don't think that that's anyway true.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all magic?
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power. That is what we call magic.
Sounds like Madoka Magica kind of stuff.
In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel. But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more magla from their hearts.
Wait, didn't they say that I'm a construct, or formerly was a construct made out of, like, magla? Was I just, alright, well, whatever.
Without the willpower to face your fear, the magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests. With the world embroiled in chaos, these outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
'Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next.
Yeah, we should learn to cast it and then just cast on Lewis and be like, hey, see, he's also a monster. Checkmate, voters.
He said he became a monster because he's elder, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind. If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster. Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome. What do you wish to know?
Who exactly is Luis?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village. His knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts, they're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious. As it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius, a family of doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits. The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait. What about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
Could be that he wants to, but it could also be that, him ruling over everybody makes everyone so anxious all the time that they just all turn into humans, I guess. I don't know.
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast quickly.
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about.
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred. If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge.
Well, then get the revenge, but just target the church.
Even if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
And you already also killed Forden, who's the mastermind behind it. I think you've kind of gotten some of it. Just go find the other individuals. Don't just leave other people out of it, you idiot.
Who goes there?
Getting revenge against Raynham asshole number 5. Small racist child. Well, maybe you can get revenge against small racist child.
Someone flees!
That's him. The malformed assassin who struck at the prince. He's bound for the woods.
Russell, you're a really shitty guardian, you know that? Has anyone ever told you you're a really shitty guardian, Russell? You've disappointed me for the last time, Russell.
After him!
I've never felt more at peace here. Fit around a lot, but this village, and especially this place, it's just so relaxing. Don't you agree? I do
Oh,
agree.
it's you! And yet...
Well, it sure does have a lot of fairies, more than I've seen in any other place I've been, actually. Yeah, we don't tend to stick around in one place for very long, but I guess this place is the exception. It's just like a fairy to find somewhere we like to stay there for as long as we want. Don't you mean, small reform child? He's on the path. He's working on it. But I think that after he saw me transform into a human, he's probably back right where he was on that you know, Measurehead sort of thing there. I don't think he was ever as bad as Measurehead, actually. By their very nature, fairies are magical beings who can recalibrate the density of the magma particles at will. Should the need arise, they can make themselves practically invisible to those with a lesser sensitivity to magma. This is why Galca goes largely unnoticed. It is also why fairies make excellent messengers. I dare say the Sanctum is the sole place you'll find this many fairies floating around without concern for being hidden. Needless to say, this bond is a testament to the long-standing intertwining of elder traditions and magic.
I beg your pardon.
That sword once belonged to the prince, did it not? Though I suppose now that makes you its rightful owner. It belongs to, One glance and I can tell you, still used even now, not only for combat but for sword surfing as well. That sword was a gift from Her Highness, our queen, and your mother. She was quite skilled with it. Free-spirited as she was, she'd fly about the forest, much to the ire of Lady Garida. Any doubts considering your lineage are disproved by this blade and how you use it. You are indeed Her Highness's flesh and blood. Nobody in their right mind wants to imagine their mom on a skateboard doing sick kickflips. Doesn't matter how good she is at it. That's just not something that you have as a mental schema in your brain. It's incomprehensible at the best of times. Alright, let's go get our asses kicked. Russell, how did you get... Did you yell at us from all the way back here? Russell, is everyone safe? There's like 8 dead people. We are. We've had no casualties except for all the dead people. We were swept aside like pebbles, unworthy of even a glance. I could do nothing but watch. I was powerless against him. There was little else that could have been done. Responsible as they are for the downfall of the Resistance, any moves we might have made would have resulted in needless sacrifices. I believe the intruder sensed the power of the prince's awakening and came to investigate. I don't know why he would have run away, but surely he has a plan. Tread carefully, please. He's thinking, oh shit, it's that small child that beat the shit out of me last time, and that crazy knight who stabbed me like 500 times. I need to get the hell out of here, is basically what he's probably thinking.
Stop!
You. Zorba.
Hey, if we kill you, you can't keep rezzing, what's his name, Lewis.
So it was you behind the attack?
Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar to yours. So I decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. There really is something stranger going on.
What the hell's going on with his veins there? You know, I love how I called that he was still alive. The reasoning behind why I thought he was still alive is insane. It makes no sense, but, you know, I'm glad I was right.
Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country is doomed.
Out of all the people, Zorba's probably the one who's most on boat with that.
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
Zorba probably would have wanted that regardless.
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself.
He's forgotten anything he really wants.
No, I think Zorba actually wants that.
What did you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your reedy frame.
I plan on giving it to Stroll.
Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
Hate to say it, but I'm unfortunately not an imposter.
He is no imposter, fiend. His Highness has finally taken his first steps on the road to victory. Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor.
Well, that is why we could threaten him with a painting.
Because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
I hope we destroyed that painting just out of spite.
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse.
Didn't work the first time. What makes you think it's gonna work the second time, asshole?
And so I shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld, where they belong.
I remember fighting this thing, and I can't remember where. It's like really... I think this is like the first one that we fought.
Bastard! I wondered why you ran away, but it was all to lure us straight to this monstrosity.
He does bring back dead humans, so...
Keep your guard up. The Melancholia is fueling his magic power.
We've come too far to be stopped by something like him. Let's put our power on full display.
Alright, what do we got here? I might have to switch out some stuff here. Oh, what?
This guy shows up again just when we've unlocked some new power. Kinda feels like fate by now.
Thanks for calling out the bad writing, Gallica.
Okay, time for a new fight. Stay on your toes.
Prince is an archetype exclusive to the protagonist. You can now change it out as you wish. Wait, what do you mean? It can act as a support for all synthesis skills. It has unique traits not found in other archetypes, but none of its skills can be transferred.
Alright, let's take it down and then get after Zorba.
A crap ton of things here. Cool, great. Archetype skill, heroic slash deals heavy physical slash damage to one enemy. Watch as it gets, like, reflected.
The blade's edge!
That's a trident. Alright, whatever.
I've got now for a grand
Okay, so we
maneuver.
got all these. I doubt that we're allowed to one-hit kill it. First one, yeah, the fort. Yeah, that's what I was thinking that
This
looked
is
like.
just what I need.
Homo Garlio. Okay.
Raging fire!
Now that.
I can do this.
It is your turn! Yeah! Yuffie hit their weakness!
By the sworn oath of night.
Allies, together!
Okay, we got access to all of these. How come I can't actually use this? This takes 3. Interesting.
Not this skill. Come!
We'll do this.
Is that all?
Apparently there's actually a bunch of these things here.
Is there another way?
Yeah, all these different parts. Okay.
I'm all prepared.
For my synthesis, I've got access to Windblade, blah, 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 blah.
Maybe there's
And
a better
for some reason, all of my abilities have been replaced with just Heroic Slash, which, is...
Better be sure.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick retry here.
Alright, let's take it down and then get after Zorba!
I actually don't like using that Heroic Slash, because it's not that much damage, it's not that impressive.
Watch me!
We're going to try this and see if it's hit by flames on anything. Looks like it's not weak to that, but it still took a lot of damage from it.
It is your turn! Yeah! Yuffie hit their weakness!
I stand! Join with me!
That does mean I can use Peerless Shadow now. Which will destroy a bunch of its stuff, except for the fact that I really think that this one's going to...
Push onward!
No, it's not resistant to that. I'm really surprised by that. Alright, so all its stats went down. And all its stats going down means that it's kind of garbage right now. That's really good.
You better be sure.
I, as the prince, shall just
The next one's
continue
yours.
passing.
I'll show you! Raging fire! Sorry, my mistake.
What mistake? That was a lot of
Summoner,
damage.
come forth now. That ought to turn the tide of the battle.
By the sworn oath. Let us fight
As one.
In spite of everything, this is really funny to use here because it's like just reduces all of its everything.
Let's do this.
I'm doing the slash from the back line. Oh yeah, I forgot that that's the thing that I was doing because I've literally never done anything else.
Knock them off again.
Ouch. To be fair, it's probably better for me to be in the back still.
Forward.
Alright, let's do I want to even give this a try? I think I just want to keep commanding the group.
Is there another to the rear guard?
I shall just micromanage
We're
everybody.
looking good here.
By which I mean do literally nothing.
Burn!
I actually don't think I'm gonna hit weakness here.
I can do this.
Yeah, I think it no longer has that. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and pass.
Behold! We
I think this is a physical though. Shoot. Okay, I should have been doing this the whole time.
You can do this.
More apples? Quick, knock them off
Looks like
again.
I'm supposed to leave one of the apples there, kind of, except for the fact that, like, it really doesn't matter.
I'm counting on you.
Masked dancer! Raging fire! I'd rather refrain for now.
Let us fight.
This does so
As
much
one.
damage. This is so good.
Let's do this.
Just consistently, like, misses somebody. He does, like, no damage on hit, so... kind of loving this.
We're looking good here.
Watch me!
Did it not get its, buddies this time? I don't think it did.
I shall do my best.
It's harder to justify having Hulkenberg do her thing this time, because, this guy doesn't have the AoE sort of thing, so we're just gonna do this.
Observe the enemy.
Allies, together!
Come! I'll run you. Still standing, I see.
Let's stay
This
calm.
guy's got a lot of hit points, I'll give him that, though.
Charging in.
Alright,
This power.
let's try this.
I'll cut through. Still here?
705. That's actually not that bad. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done physical attacks like that.
Quick,
Did it
knock
heal
them off
1,000?
again. Regenerating
It-
headwind. Here comes another round of wind attacks. Legs are back to normal.
Is its main body healing?
Just
If its
taking
main
them
body
out.
is healing, I'm gonna be mad. It's probably healing from that.
Healed.
Okay, yeah, no, its main
Gotta
body's
do
actually still
something
pretty
about
good.
those apples.
That's fine.
Let me handle those apples.
It's
You
okay.
sure? I'll show you. Raging fire! Stubborn, hey?
Summoner! Come forth now!
Yeah! Yupa hit their weakness!
Join with me.
Okay, use
Let
this
my
again.
power support.
Push onward.
More apples? Quick, knock them off again!
Maybe I do need to get Gallica to do this, because otherwise it's gonna apparently be able to do that indefinitely.
Dodged! Nice one, Captain!
Okay, that really helps.
I foresaw this.
No, he's not doing, like, unlimited healing, so...
Let me handle those apples.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. Get in there.
Okay. We don't need the
blade's
big hit
edge.
this time.
It's still up?
I'll give
That is
this
pretty
is
close
just
to
what I
dead.
need! Burn! They sure don't give up easy. Even my summoner.
Oh, wait.
Heed me! Yes! I destroyed it!
Alright. Oh, right, I have to actually fight Zorba, though. I shouldn't have spent all that resource. We might use the full heal thing. Wind God's Gale for Seeker.
Okay.
I use the same thing, though, right? I haven't switched weapons.
I feel stronger.
Okay, agility... Actually, no. We're at that point where I want to boost magic a little bit more.
I've
I've
become
acquired a new
stronger.
power.
Flawless. Passive automatically increases wielder's attack, defense, hit, evasion at the start of the battle. That's pretty good. Did Zorba
The
run away while we were
bastard
fighting
got
that?
away.
Yeah, the bastard's got away. That coward.
I say, You chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on even footing with a human.
Nearest, we have done this so many times.
I'd hoped as much. You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe. We've certainly taken these powers a long way. Maybe we thought ourselves invincible. But don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
I have subsumed him into my being. I don't know if I would call that safe per se.
Still,
This is not
what's our
going
next
according to
move?
plan, Stroll.
The people think you a monster. Will not find any public backing like this.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both, heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water and fire, in condemned conflux. When the day comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice. And that, he said, is why we fight.
Look, if we just had the right monarch, it would end racism. You know, that's why we need to just, you know, have the right person in this corrupt system of government.
In his own words, huh? We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't turn from this.
Right.
Years of prejudice won't go away overnight. Depends on how many bombs you drop. Nothing could accomplish that, but if we don't believe things can change, they never will.
Come what may. My life is a shield raised in your highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
We fight him together.
Yes. By our efforts, we will stop Luis's reign.
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
We lost too many lives along this journey, and if Luis has his way with the world, such partings would become all too common. We have to stop it.
Look, I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him. Right?
Hope you'll sing a victory
Looking
song.
forward to the victory song.
Well, we've got bigger things to worry about now. But I can't wait to sing it.
You... I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate.
Yeah, I was thinking the prince looked an awful lot like he was very effeminate, so apparently he just literally looks like a girl, so, you know. Good for him, I guess.
Your mother, she loved your father, and you with all her heart. The injustice that befell this village is not your fault.
No, it's Fortin's.
But listen well. Once you leave this village, you cannot return until you have fulfilled your ambitions.
Why not?
After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenges, you'll have to face them yourself.
Can I steal your shopkeeper then, so that I can buy stuff from him when I've got the money?
The world's fate is in your hands. Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failures.
Yes, I will.
I'm not sure I should say thank you for everything, because I can't tell if she's done jack diddly squat to help me, because she just met me like 5 minutes ago. Or if she's referring to that from the prince's point of view. I really don't know anymore. Also, there's that gigantic corpse behind us.
We cannot lose. Yet, before all
Is anyone
else,
gonna
His
clean it
Highness
up?
has only just awoken. Let us rest in the gauntlet runner for today, and advance to the royal capital tomorrow.
Can you imagine if our solution was
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I was convinced we'd been together for a long time. But I can't believe we've only just met.
You know, I do think that would be very funny if we did learn how to just turn other people into monsters like how Lewis does, like, and then the battle was just people turning each other back and forth into monsters. Quickly eat it like you did to the prince. subsume it into my being like I did to the prince. Oh god.
The
I get some
beginning of my
purple as
journey
well.
may have been a false memory. But my journey with you and the memories we've made, those are all real.
Hello, small fairy that I've just met literally at this moment. How have you been?
Well, guess I'm repeating myself. But I'm glad we're working together.
Yeah, this would make me question my reality quite a lot. It'd be like, wait a minute, have we gone on an adventure together? Or did I just meet you like 5 seconds ago? Do I even exist? I don't know.
Stay beside me forever.
Wow. When you put it like that, you're gonna make me blush. But thanks.
Having overcome her trial, I can sense newfound conviction from Gallica as both ally and a friend.
The mystical fairy, Gallica. She who still keeps the virtues of the mage. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
We've got the path to tomorrow in front of us.
Okay,
and I'm
party
gonna
can now
lead
stay
the
the
way.
Elemental Master and Warlock, and during squad battles you can gain extra turn icons. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, I haven't really done a ton for those classes, so...
When things get tough, remember this magic. The music meant for you will play in your head.
Yeah, you're not beating the Google Glass allegations there, Gallica. Alright, whatever. This is magic music that Gallica cast for me once. Now that I think about it, it may have helped me in ways I didn't realize.
By the way, the Chieftess told me something about your novel. Apparently your parents gave you that book when you were still just a kid.
Which me? Which version of me?
I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it. What they hoped for you, I guess. I suppose you'll have to find out for yourself.
This book is the legacy of my parents, the late King of Uchronia and the Queen of Elden Sanctum. Perhaps the utopia depicted in this book wasn't a mere fantasy, but ideas of the old world past. No, it's mere fantasy.
The part we're reading today is the last chapter. It's about the ruler of this ideal world. Let's read it together.
I guess I actually am technically reading this for the first time in one way, because I didn't exist previously. But the Prince has probably read it a bunch of times earlier, because I'm the OC fanfic from his reading it. Referring to myself is going to become more difficult, trying to parse what I actually am. Oh well. Gallica play chill lo-fi beat stand racism too?
The last chapter is about the ruler of a utopia. The one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will. To maintain justice in this world, there are innumerable obstacles to overcome. Yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to follow. A utopia is not the creation of a single mind or a single power. It is a world shaped by all its people. The last part sounds a little more metaphorical.
I mean, since they're still talking about a ruler, I guess so.
There's a little more. However, even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is right. What is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? None have yet found the answers to these questions.
Well, by definition, a true utopia is a place that doesn't exist, and a true ruler is one who is in charge. Then true utopia has never been achieved. By definition, yes. The so-called utopia depicted within the novel is based on the old world, but fell into road and was destroyed by war. So this book traces the trajectory of the old world. Are these truly the ideals we're striving for? Yeah, better than what we got. Seems rather the opposite.
So even the author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough questions and struggles to face yourself. Lady Gruaday mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village, but little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken. He didn't lift a finger to stop the church's rise to power.
Yeah, he should have gotten pissed about that.
With that in mind, I can honestly see why people would be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel, but he's devoted to them. Unshakable, even.
Yeah, people do like it when people believe in things. That is a
But
thing.
we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Even if I were to win the throne, there's no guarantee my idealistic vision could ever become a reality.
Right.
And yet, what choice is there but to believe in them and fight on? The alternative is to accept that nothing will change.
You've got the power to change the world. And the one who gave it to you was, well, yourself.
Well, and the opportunity from gigantic Skyrock and, random weird mystical bullshit that made me immortal or / respawn, however you want to think about it. There's a lot that came into that.
And that's what I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission. And I'm going to see it through.
This is definitely not a pull yourself by your own bootstraps kind of moment. After discussing the novel and our deals with Galakai, I closed my eyes. Oh, shit. We've been summoned. Academia, it seems like I've been summoned by more in a dream.
I saw what happened. So,
You have to call him
you
Sky Daddy
found
now?
a way to
Good point.
unequivocally shape your destiny. As far as I know, there is no record of your newly acquired archetype ever being used, even in ancient times.
I feel like royalty is a very strong archetype. I don't really get that. That seems like that should be just way up there and ones that are, around.
An archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty. Indeed, a power of legend. I once said that to be Elder was your inescapable fate. However, it seems the truth was more complex. Magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety. And archetypes are its essence. They are manifestations of a resolve capable of heroic virtue. So then, what do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate a person must bear?
That you have to bear?
The foremost fate. Not really sure, but for me to be me, and for you to be you? Or something like that.
I don't think that's inevitable. You can always change who you are.
Indeed. It is birth that is inescapable. You cannot choose who you are born to, and once your familial place is determined, that fate cannot be changed.
Oh, they're talking about race. Okay, well, yeah.
Yet by some strange tangle of destiny, you were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. By your own will, you were born again as a prince.
No, you're completely wrong about that one, Moore. Nope, the first thing that happened is the thing that is happening. It is the inescapable reality where my will is being trampled on. Hey there, Moorbits. If Moore's last name turns out to be Bits, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Do you understand? You stand on the threshold of truly becoming a ruler.
Did you not see the popularity polls? Skyrock is saying that I am not currently on the running here.
Not as an unearned title of Bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people. You have taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self.
Okay.
That is what it truly means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that is awakened within you.
I do not think that is what a hero is.
What glorious coincidence
They
indeed.
do share a name. I don't think
that
they actually
I,
share
as
a real
scholar
name,
of
because I don't think that Moore is
might
actually
cross
Morbius's
paths with
real name.
and
But
witness such a remarkably
if it is,
fated boy.
it's not
It
like
almost bespeaks.
that.
Indeed, 'tis his hands that bear our fate.
Oh no, the schizophrenia is spreading.
Who?
You hear the voices too now, Moore?
I remember. I know that I know this voice. Had I forgotten it all this time? Yes. I swear I've heard it before. And I let it slip from my mind.
It's actually spelled with 2 O's. I don't see them, but okay.
Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak. Who are you? Why have you awakened this boy to his power?
Man, the schizophrenia is hitting Moore a lot harder than it hit me and Gallica.
If it is answers you seek,
You shortened it for
then
internet
go and
purposes?
claim them.
More, same difference. Yeah, basically. Although, it is kind of funny to take, like, take out some and it becomes an increase, you know?
Are you? Could you be?
As for you, I bid thee awaken. Move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy place at the final proving of the Ascension of Kings.
Yeah, there's a lot of names where, like, they have different spelling, but they're really actually the same name, honestly. I have one of those names that you can follow the lineage of, and it's just like, yeah, name has changed there like a million times. Like to keep my anonymity, Deep Seas. Yeah, that's fair. To be fair, both of us just assumed that Morvitz was actually just like the word more, not a name, but you know. Has Moore visited the ancient Elden Sanctum? I don't know. Morvitz, have you visited the ancient Elden Sanctum?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Oh shit. That's adorable.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
All this royalty? I always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
'Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people living in a shared world.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
We can't give up. Stand strong to the end.
Do you like elves, though? That's fair.
Of course. No way we're losing here. I've got the fire in me eyes now.
Was it a pirate? Your D&D elf?
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask you one more thing? Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
That's a loaded question. That's a little bit like asking, like, why have you stopped beating your wife yet? You know, I don't want to be king.
I want to
Oh
protect
no, I was
this
asking
country and its
Morbitz
people.
because I'm assuming that they're the same person now. Clearly they're not, but I mean, you know. Two people having the same name? Impossible. Inconceivable, even. Want to protect this country and its people.
'Tis the answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be.
Nah. Not a pirate? That's a shame. Let's see. Okay. I was thinking more of hookshot.
This place here.
Seems like sort of thing that you'd use as a like rogue if you're playing like with hook shots. I feel like.
Let's move.
You see?
Don't all in Grand Trad will give us a warm reception. Still, should we choose not to fight, then Lewis victims will only pile higher.
Yeah.
Easy to say will help anyone, but doing it's a whole another thing. All the more reason to God approve we're serious by putting our lives on the line. I was really hoping I'd get some time to increase my social links, but apparently I'm just not going to. Thanks, game. Oh well.
After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths. Their arch-enemy, Luis, already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general. The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position.
Junpei has started his fascination with the girl now in Reload. That's, I forget, like, did they make it so that you could go for either ending for that story arc in Reload, or is it like she's just dead?
Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It was kind of nice in, like, I can't even remember which version, like, you could actually, like, have alternate routes with Chidori. I also don't know which ones are canon.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Batlin, good to see you're here to help. I assume you're here to help.
Who are you?
How do they not know who this guy is?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
If I get betrayed by Batlin, who's not even really on my side necessarily, that's going to be the biggest betrayal in this game.
Well then, let us depart.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag.
Yeah, that weird person that you were dueling magically, like, consumed the prince and now has come back with a hair change.
I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
Batlin, no. I don't think he's there. I think he's there to help.
Resurrected?
Yeah, I should have waited 3 days until I did that, but, you know.
Yes, and what's more?
Time waits for nobody.
The boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently, and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla.
Ideal form, fanfiction OC, same thing.
Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you? Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
We'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Wait, where were they then?
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured. That old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Is he going to go fight Skyrock? Finally.
Understood.
The showdown I've wanted this entire time. Wait,
Come
what the hell?
on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of Reeve.
Why aren't there other candidates? I'm in like 1000th place. There should be somebody in second place.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh no, of course not. I'm just saying.
I'll call
Not a
that
very
bet.
interesting,
All in on His Highness the Prince.
Batlin, do you even have money? Oh, apparently he does.
A sanctus bigwig gambling away his tithes? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince.
I knew you had my back, Batlin. You're the best.
The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman. You've seen Count Luis lie to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
The reality is not quite that, but he could literally just transform literally anyone into a monster, so, you know, yeah.
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another? Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right, all right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about?
What's all this in?
Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
The Luis youth. That's what the heck?
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling.
Revolution, let's go!
Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Grudge match, final match versus Luis and Skyrocket. Come on, let's go. Fight it.
Ah, the royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless?
He's not deathless, he did die.
This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken old man.
Schizophrenia hitting Lewis also. Good.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Yeah, but the problem is your ideals are stupid, so...
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic. Huh. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin.
Okay. Thanks for cutting out the important part of the exposition game. Yeah, just build up very artificial tension with that one. Great.
In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
Thou wert elder.
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart.
I get why he's wearing, like, fake horns and stuff like that. Why are they glowing? Couldn't he just have normal fake horns? Whatever. Classic Persona 5 maneuver.
And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Oh.
You cannot stop me any longer. Nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Snatching victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Trad. But their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
Man, I was really hoping they'd go fight Skyrock.
What's wrong with the sky?
What's wrong with the sky? It's red, you know. It's got a giant rock face in it.
Isn't that... Oi! That monster boy's come back!
Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns! Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored.
How come his hair's different then?
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why in His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Cause he's an imposter! Just like Count Louis said! You'll not fool us again, beast!
Oi! Calm down. At least listen.
Go break some kneecaps, Basilio.
And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a parapus like you, and you spit on him! Scum! Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam! And you want us to support the prince!
Lady Juno, I can't believe this! I admired you! Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince?
He dyed his hair and took off his contacts. Is it took off contact lenses or, put on contact lenses? Who knows?
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief! Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame. Shame!
Just don't answer them.
Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you!
How dare you strike out at him?
They're all traitors, I say!
Did he do more to the Sanctus Church, or did we do more to the... I feel like we did more to the Sanctus Church than he did.
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions, and nothing else.
That's how people normally are, Heisway. I don't know what you thought was different about that.
We'll have your heads on pike soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
It's my royal capital.
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
Pretty sure that no one's actually capable of fighting humans, so if that was true, you'd be basically screwed.
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Oi! Over here!
How did you get on board here?
Don't bother with them! No talking this one out. You need to run! Now!
Why wouldn't we just use the Gauntlet Rider to run? Oh, whatever.
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know. It's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other. How fares your neighbor? And do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
He'll murder them.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I have my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt. This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame.
To be fair, though, you were having a lot of fun, so can't really fault you with that.
Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change.
Well, I mean, there's only one of you and there's a lot of other people, so, you know.
Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic. But we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
Nearest is heading back to the Gauntlet Runner. It seems like the city has calmed down at least a tiny bit. I have a hard time wrecking our Gauntlet Runner, but we still shouldn't chance it. We should make our way over to Hush Honeybee. Everyone else has already gone ahead. How are people, like, not just, you know... Alright, whatever. We're all standing around here by the gallows, but there's no one on it. Hey, it's that, someone else is here. Oh, no, wait, they killed the, former gallows guy. Now is the age of power. It's time for the righteous to serve up a reckoning. This dead man is only the beginning. Those accursed nobles hoarding the money that's rightfully ours. Their very existence is sin. Drag every last one of them out here, I say. Yeah, kill all the nobles. You got a point. You have a point, small deranged man. Do kill all the nobles. Okay, what do you got going on? Nothing else to say, poxy swine. This is what you get for selling out your own tribesfolk. Oh no, that's the former hangman. Who's this guy then? I don't know who that is. Okay, well... Even with the city in such a state, this man refuses to budge. I feel like I've seen more and more like him, too. Erg. What a mess. To be honest, I half understand how he feels. The town's in complete chaos. Sometimes even I just want to give up on everything. Well, you can. Don't recommend it. Ooh, I need to figure out the opinions of small racist child.
Hey.
No! God damn it, game.
So irreverent. Gone to shite, this has.
I look and the blocks sound crazy. Is this Luce's fault, or is it yours? Nope, doesn't matter. People are fighting each other on their own. Total rubbish, a lot of them. Fighting in a city that's poor enough as it is, stealing from each other, what's the point? Hey, look. Are you Brigitta's raccoon? No, I feel like you're a different one. I think you're that one that was hanging out that I thought was suspicious earlier. Did you kill that man? I bet he did. He's conspiring with this rat to kill that man. Once he's dead, they'll eat him. Did I? Yeah.
Luis is the only one left, isn't he?
Alright. Oh, there's a fairy over here.
Excuse me?
Hey you, are you the one on this drawing? No, that's Zoolander. I knew it, you are. You're famous then. You know how crazy the world is right now, Mr. Famous Person. From where it to what's it, everyone's gone weird. Really, even just flying around there makes me feel gross and sick, but this place feels better. So, Mr. Famous, can you do something about this awful sky? You want me to literally fix the sky for you. Yep, I've decided. I'm gonna leave this problem to you people folk, but I think I'll stay put for a while. I'll watch over you from here, okay? I've been told that I need to form the, oh, there's that, sign up there. What's the Environmental Protection Agency? EPA? Great. Fantastic. We cleared everyone out. Let's hurry inside. I'm gonna find out that random people have, like, massacred everybody in here or something like that. Sup?
Everyone. I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Since you left, Luis's following has only grown.
Fix the hole in the ozone layer? Get the lead out of people's gasoline? Yeah, you know.
Have you changed? You're still the same person, aren't you?
I ate the prince. And that dyed my hair.
'Tis quite a story, but it deserves explaining. I only hope you can believe us.
Yeah, I don't understand fully what's going on here either, so... Am I the same person? Probably not. Am I mostly... Am I, like, half the same person? Yeah.
Alright, wait a minute. Let me get this straight.
No, because I've been doing this a lot longer and I still haven't got it straight.
I had thought all this business with declaring yourself the prince was a well-meaning bluff.
I wish.
But under the deception, you were, in fact, the actual prince. Is that right?
Unfortunately.
Still, I mean, how do you get the whole country to believe your story? Is that even possible?
Get battling on it.
Frankly, I doubt it. We've just seen firsthand how far we'll get trying to talk the people down.
Then what will you do? If this goes on...
but you're still you, yes?
That's a tricky question, Maria. That we'd have to go into very, very lengthy philosophical discussions about. It comes down to your opinion at the end of the day.
You came to help everyone, just like you helped me before, right?
That's right.
Yes, that's right. It'll all turn out fine.
Good.
I see. So, even if no one believes you, you're still determined to settle the score with Luis head-on?
This game would be very funny if, like, just some random person in second place ended up winning because, like, we take out Luis, but no one believes in us anyway.
Even so, the gulf between us is wider than ever. The people have all but named him their champion. With so little time, a guileless appeal to the public may fall on deaf ears.
Yeah, so we just kill Luis.
Hard luck for the honest knight. Not much room left for civil debate now that Luis is openly advocating killing his opposition. Well, that ship sailed when the king's magic faded. Anyway, if there is a key to turning the tide, first place I'd look is the castle in the sky. You saw how violent and volatile the city folk are now, but I don't think it's as simple as fearing Luis. I've been keeping an eye on the royal capital while you were off on your jaunt through the woods. Frankly, the change in public sentiment was too sudden, unnatural.
Plus the elf supremacy advocate. Was he third? I feel like there was a church guy that I didn't knock out that gave me a book or something.
It's as if they've been collectively drained of their sanity, and if I had to guess what's causing it...
You're implying it's Luis's doing? All the eeriness in the sky? Is that because...
Don't know, but the change in the citizens is certainly odd. If something really is forcing it, that means we might still have a chance to fix it.
What Luis is doing in the royal palace, whether or not he truly desires a world overrun by humans, we won't know his mind until we confront him.
On the other hand, it may well be bait for a trap.
We have
Trap
no
or
other
not,
choice.
we have no other choice.
The game is holding us into there.
Then it's settled. Head to the royal palace and put a stop to whatever Luis is cooking up. With that Skyrunner, you're the only ones who can. And we'll fight in the ways we can too. We'll make sure the whole kingdom hears that the real prince is back after all the strife he's been through.
Indeed. If you can make things better, you might just inspire everyone to remember their own hopes and dreams. Maria's been terribly patient, waiting for you and believing in you. It'd be nice to see her smile again.
You're smiling right now.
Right.
If Luis is behind all these disturbances, then stopping him will only help us in the approval ratings. If we can restore civility and rational thought, that's not happening. It'll pave the way to defeat Luis. We must press on with faith in that.
I'll always believe in you. We'll all do our best, so you can be a good king.
Not you too.
Indeed. If we win, I suppose you really will be king.
How long do I have to be king before I'm allowed to abdicate?
We're counting on you, O king.
I've been betrayed by Batlin. No. The
It
one
is too
thing I
late
couldn't
today
take.
for a grand charge, I fear. Let us take a night's rest, and on the morrow, we make for the castle.
What to pick?
Stabbed him in the back by my most trusted confidants. Maria and Batlin. There's something foul in the air in Gradtrad. Everyone seems so anxious. Those who oppose us do so with fervor, but there are also those who believe in us. We must press on. No matter what I say, the people of Grand Trad are going to look down on you. Seems like these were your actions, Times like these where your actions will speak louder than words. When they see you stand up to us, it'll be plain who's in the right.
You...
Who would have believed you were His Highness, the actual prince? I apologize for the less than royal accommodations, but try to have a good rest regardless. I don't really want to be around people outside because they're so weird lately. People in here feel nice and warm, though. Wonder why. It's like there's this optimism in here. And it's gotten stronger since you came in, actually. I can feel people's hearts unwinding. Is your heart supposed to unwind? I don't feel like that's a healthy thing. Pretty amazing. What kind of magic is that? Maybe if I unwound Lewis's heart, he'd fall over dead. Then again, we've proven time and time again in this game that you don't actually need a heart. Just like that, they were gone.
Oh, it's Mr.
No matter what happens, you're still you to me, mister. I'm going to keep cheering you on forever. Yeah, okay.
Oh, hell.
Everyone is filled with so much anxiety, now they don't know what to do. Public sentiment is very volatile at times like this. There's still a way to win. So different from when you were last in Grand Trad. Everyone's staring at you with such disdain in their eyes. And it's like the first time I was in Grand Trad. Let's remember, you've still got people on your side, so let's do what we can. It's fine, this is the norm.
Your Highness.
And so His Highness returns to the royal capital in triumph and glory. In truth, I'd have liked to welcome you back for the grand feast. You can go get something from the kitchen, Hulkenberg. Well, the day shall come when the people too celebrate you in grand fashion. My spear is ever ready to ensure that day comes. Why do you need a spear for when people are celebrating? Just go easy on whoever you're planning on spearing.
Honestly.
First you were Louis's subordinate, then a false prince, and now you have awakened as his true highness. None have walked so strange a path as you, and after all of this, you still need to be king. No, I don't.
Come on.
Some turnaround, eh? Last time you were here, people were falling over themselves to welcome you, and now the only thing I see in their eyes is fear. Damn it, people even sort of turned into a monster. Luis is the one making them. That's a fair bit scarier, if you ask me. This bed is bigger and softer than the bunks in the Gauntlet Runner. Maybe it's time to call it a night.
Good night.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 31 days remain.
That is not a good way to, like, sleep with your book, because you will, like, rip out some of the pages of your book unless you're a very still sleeper. I wouldn't do that. I trust myself very little when it comes to not destroying
To all
those
the
books in that
people
fashion.
who dwell in this land.
This voice?
Soon, naught but 1 month will remain. On the dawn of the day of the hero, the one who has inspired the greatest faith of the people shalt inherit the kingdom.
Oh, I got a month, okay.
I bid thee forget not these words.
Do I have enough time to finish off all my social links? Because that's all I really want out of this.
Wasn't expecting to wake up to such a spectacle. But I suppose that confirms it. This is where it ends.
Luis has already fortified himself behind the palace walls. Good thing we've got a Skyrunner. Or it'd already be over for us.
Or perhaps it is us he has been waiting for all this time.
However disturbing the world looks now, 'tis only a prelude to the deadland Luis strives for.
Sky looks proper hellish already. And with all the humans out there, it's no wonder everyone's losing their grip.
Well, he wanted a fair world where strength decides everything. Funny how that's indistinguishable from absolute chaos.
No, that's not that funny. That makes sense.
But it's Luis who has the most support right now. And that wasn't born of deception. He broke the nation's order, and everyone knows it.
Yeah, this is very fun/funny, bit squishy though. Yeah.
True enough. That's what got Ardell and I dreaming to begin with. Figured a world where the poor and weak get trampled on was a world worth breaking.
Yeah, but I mean, the question is, what do you build it back up into? You know, that's also part of the equation.
Come to think of it, what do we all stand for, really?
Maybe hope.
Maybe... hope.
a little broad, don't you think?
I don't really know what everyone's talking about, but everyone who's seen you and your friends say you're amazing. You make them really, really happy.
Yeah, I was looking at the Mechabellum. I don't really... Did it come out? Or is it in the beta test thing?
Because, you know, you've got all the tribes in your team. Everyone's different, but you keep working together and doing great. You're so cool.
We're kind of missing one currently. We need to get a new Scottish person.
A fair point. You're quite right, Maria. It is a hard thing to word, so forgive my fumbling. But perhaps 'tis a matter of standing for something Luis does not believe exists. We must prove that it does.
Oh, it's out already?
If you keep on believing in what you want, and you keep on working hard for it, it will come true.
If only things were that simple, Maria.
That's right, love. I can think of plenty of people who would be much happier if they took a page from your book.
I see now. This is surely the essence of true magic.
No, we had this discussion. Fear and anxiety are the essence of true magic.
Best of luck, Your Highness. After all those speeches about taking the throne, it'll be awfully irresponsible to go dying on us now.
Batlin, if I become king, I'm making you the court jester. Out of pure spite. Stop calling me kick.
Right, thank you.
Well, we'd best keep an eye on the calendar. The king's deadline was the dawn of the day of the hero, so we've got until the day before. And that won't be the end of things either. Even if people come to their senses, it would amount to nothing if Luis sits upon the throne. Personally, I think we should prioritize our main objective here. I'm sure we'd get it done, but we have to make sure we have at least one day to spare before the day of the hero.
We've got a few days left, so it's up to you how we spend them. When we set off, let's do it with no regrets.
Okay, let's see what the time looks like. Dread is
So
the weather.
Luis is
Great.
hiding in the floating royal palace here. We have to stop him. I won't accept King Luis.
Well, if we had King Louis, we could behead the king, and that would be very historically on point.
That's...
Also, once he reveals that he's actually... If Luis reveals that he's an Elda, what is small racist child gonna do at that point? His entire worldview will get shattered like 4 times in 1 month. It's great.
Let's put an end to this.
Deadline. Days left 30. Near max difficulty. Fantastic. Yeah.
So?
Smash it all to bits!
Okay, so we got Maria. We can get that up to the top.
Well...
Let's just check in general here. And I'm sure there's going to be a whole ton of new missions here. So Maria, we could get up to maximum. Barden, we could get up to maximum. UFO, we could get up to 6 now. So the best one to talk to right now would be Yufa. Let's check around town.
Oh, right!
Smash it all to bits!
Okay, let's head over to the Bounty Center.
Let's go!
It's over here. Elda versus Elda Grand Finals. Everyone is Goff's fact. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know, he reveals that. Everyone's like, oh, I really didn't want Elda. Let's get something else instead. And they just, like, randomly select someone else completely. Just completely unrelated.
That's a rough one.
Alright, I'm just gonna get all of these here. It's a plague.
Counting on you.
Okay then.
Let's do it.
Looking at some pretty high levels of difficulty here.
Ooh. And right
Okay.
there's a labyrinth.
So we got that
That's a
one. We'll
rough
accept
one.
this one. A religion that means sanctity and pagan. This is just some nameless sect out there claiming death to the true salvation. Believe that if they die before the world is destroyed, they'll be reborn in a different one. They say the world of today is fated to end, and dying is our only means of rescue. They might be right. If they kept their delusional fantasies to themselves, it wouldn't be our problem, but now they're attacking people in your Grand Tread in the name of salvation. Well, I mean, that's one of those things that you just keep to yourself, really.
I guess.
Yeah, that's
but-
going too far. They're no better than common bandits. Indeed, security in Grand Tread is bad enough with all that's going on, so this death cult is pushing us over the edge. Some have even started sympathizing with their ideology. By all accounts, it's chaos in Grand Tread right now. So please, for the sake of Grand Tread, end these attacks by ending, Bandit Chief Sistus. Sure. Got their hands on a secret weapon that can kill people en masse and brought it to their hideout. What?
Counting on you.
Bring me the Founder's Hatchet. How would you know what that looks like?
Let's do it.
More increased courage, so I definitely don't have to increase my courage naturally.
Let's see here. This place. Here's where we are now.
Okay, and then Ordemos Grudge's Fang. Is this another giant?
That's a rough one.
This place, well, back during a famine, a plan was hatched to save food, and involved abandoning the people there and leaving them to die. Of course, this is an antiquated practice these days. I don't know that it would be. Alright, rumors the resentment of those unlucky people manifested into this monster. But if this creature, the Ordemos, is left as is, it's highly likely that it will start to terrorize the neighboring areas as well. Well, you get what you get. That said, if superstitions didn't deter you, by all means take it down. What do you think? Will you do it? Yeah, sure. I knew you looked dependable. The place is called the Abandoned Path. Ordemos won't show its face willingly. You have to get its attention first by going to Rigotepia? Rigotepia? I don't know. A type of snake monster. Snake has sharp senses, so it reports any intruders to Ordemos, which steps in to do the fighting. They've got something of a symbiotic relationship. Once you've taken down Ordemos, bring me back the Bloodstained Talon.
Counting on you.
Let's do it.
You know, the guy at the recruitment counter really does not discriminate. Like, he just does not care. He's just like, yeah, fine. Oh, that is a trek.
And right
Well,
there's,
that's unfortunate.
let's
So
see.
we'd have to go
It's a
couple
campground.
days. Everywhere's got dread. I wonder if I can ask Guy to manipulate the weather to get rid of dread, because that would be very funny.
Let's see.
It's like, oh yeah, can you use the magical weather change powers to get rid of dread?
Wonder.
All right then.
Okay.
Go.
Ooh. Hello.
That outfit, aren't you the candidate who claims to be a prince? If you're possessed with princely skills, then I have tasks for you. There's a place some distance from Alsbury called Mount Volcano. Could I ask you to look for the War King's legendary greatsword there? The story of that ages ago, the War King united the land under his exemplary leadership. Even the sword is carried through, became the stuff of legends. You need to recruit him so you can fulfill your promise to fix the sky. Did I actually promise to fix the sky? It said to be a stunning, awe-inspiring craftsmanship. I've traveled many leagues in hopes of seeing it. In fact, it's been 10 years since I first set out. Why do you think I can find it in like a day? Alright, whatever. It's just that Mount Volcano is a veritable den of monsters. No doubt I'd die before I found it.
Help me, will ya?
That's why I figured I might enlist someone so princely in my stead. Of course, I'll reward you handsomely, and you're sure to find other treasure there too. What say you?
I guess so.
It's hard to track down treasure. We might find something we could use against Luis, or if not, we could sell it and buy something that is useful. What do you think? Want to go to Mount... I'm just going to call it Mount Volcano and look for the legendary greatsword? Sure. Why not?
Much gratitude to you.
Okay. Not to mention the sword's yours to keep. I just want to see it.
Did it! Let's give it a shot.
Man, this is a lot of quests I'm
That's where
getting
you
here.
want to go.
And right there's a
Red.
labyrinth.
Unfortunate.
Help me, will ya?
Yeah!
Well, good to see that those guys are having fun, whatever it is they're up to.
Luis rightfully ought to be king.
My husband's been killed. Oh, I think I shall surely follow. What can a woman like me possibly do without a husband? I'm nothing, powerless. This is why you need feminism. Alright. Wait, that guy still has posters up. I thought he withdrew. That's not true. All the time you spent supporting your husband. That took power. Not to mention, I've enjoyed the time we've had together. You make me happy, and I don't want it to end. Please calm down and consider the future. There will always be a tomorrow.
Luis rightfully ought to be king.
Where are these guys yelling at? Oh, the guards. Yeah. Okay, let's check down here.
Oh, God.
All right, then.
Ooh.
Hey, Elda, why is everyone doing such bad things? A lot of people are dying. Everyone's saying it's the Elda's fault. But that's not true, is it? How are you not one of the people that's turned on me, small racist child? You've disappointed me. Sorry, I said lots of mean things to you before. I feel bad, so... Please, can you make everyone stop? God damn it. This is what I was saying, though, like, this kid is just one of those ones that just sort of goes with the flow, but now he's not. He's thinking for himself, and he's really sad and terrified.
Luis is the only
that
one
makes me
left,
feel bad for him.
isn't it?
Now it's harder to just laugh at his misfortune. Small reformed child, yeah, he is.
A monster for a king. Keep dreaming,
Is it Luis after all?
Oh well. I'll find someone else to, mock for their opinions about whatever. It's fine.
Smash it all
alright.
to bits.
All right, then.
There's somewhere over here, there's a quest.
Is it Luis after all, then?
All right, then.
Wait, where?
Is it Luis
Over here.
after all?
Wait, that's Yufa.
All right, then.
I keep looking at the yellow
Alright.
icon instead of the right icon, the correct
Is it
icon.
Luis after all, then?
The world belongs to Lord Luis.
Eh?
Have you forgotten me already? No, I actually remember you. Some people know me as the Queen of Cuisine, though I suppose the title's a little presumptuous to use in the company of an actual prince. No, you can keep using that.
Isn't that...
Oh right, we met Martyria. You used to be a chef within the royal palace, and I made you bread. Yeah, are you still on your journey to perfect the art of cooking? Street side racist still works correctly. Oh good, I'll hear you out.
Whatever will
During
I
the course
do?
of my travels, a thought constantly crossed my mind. In times such as these, what can I cook to ease the hunger of those struggling to survive? Beans and rice. I speak of those who cannot afford gourmet cuisine. The most they can hope for is simple fare, which fills the stomach but leaves the heart empty. Therefore, what the world needs is a dish that, while comprised of simple plain ingredients, brings with it a colorful sweetness that brightens the drudgery of everyday life.
Whoa!
Just that's simple yet exciting. I like that idea, but honestly I have no clue how to make something like that.
Lovely, that.
When I think of food that quickens my pulse, the first thing that comes to mind is sweet flavor. Nourishing lumi bees are a must. Ma'am, I think you're getting off track of your goal of a simple, cheap, nourishing meal here. Since it sounds like you're already talking about things like, this is a very let-them-eat cake kind of... Okay, And so that everyone from wee children to the elderly may eat it in comfort. A fluffy texture would be perfect. So you're literally just saying, let them eat cake. You know what? If you get beheaded, that's on you. I see, so we just need to make a dish that uses lumi bees and has a fluffy texture.
If you have a spare moment.
Correct, if you manage to whip out a dish that seems promising, simply return here and tell me all about it.
Let's give it a shot.
Great. Lord of the Lake. Increased eloquence.
The world belongs to Lord Luis.
That aroma, so you brought a dish with you. I will need to judge its worthiness, so please show me what you have created. Indestructible honey cake? Not yet. I don't think that we got the right one.
The world belongs to Lord Luis.
All right, then.
I don't know if I've got the right stuff to actually do that one, so I'll have to check. I can't imagine that like, indestructible honey cake is the correct thing when you're asking for a soft, fluffy texture. That doesn't seem like that would be soft, fluffy texture. That seems like that would be very
Something
much
else?
the opposite of a soft, fluffy texture.
That's right.
Still haven't done
Something
that, and
else?
it's fine.
Hey, remember?
The woman in front of the Altabury General Store kept staring in our direction. Seems like she wanted to talk.
All right then.
Where to?
Altabury. Man, I'm gonna have quests in every... Oh, God.
Let's go.
Why have they done this to me? This is brutal. Okay, I'm just gonna just scrape off all the quests off the ground here, and then I'm gonna call it for the day.
So that's what it's
Now of all
come
times,
to.
knowledge of the tower finally in hand. Oh, whoops,
Something
that
up?
blows me. What's got you so upset? Did you say something about tower just now? An Eldritch Fairy. You wouldn't be the heroes to save the island, would you? 1,000 pardons. I've gotten excited and raised my voice, haven't I? I'm a Mystari researcher, you see, conducting an academic investigation into the island's folklore. Within them, the one thing that draws my interest lately is the legend of the Three Towers. Good thing there's not just two of them. I finally managed to pinpoint the location of one of these three spires, the Tower of Insolence, just north of this very town.
What shall I
However,
do?
it seems the tower is a monster den, positively infested as it were. Given my current fortitude, I've regretfully had to put the requisite field work on indefinite hold. Georg, indeed. This must be the trial of the tower spoken of in the old tales, the one which grants a forbidden power to whomsoever completes it. Oh, but inspiration has struck me like lightning. It occurs to me that perhaps indeed the hero that saved the island might well have hardness enough to complete such a trial. If there really is some forbidden power to be obtained, I'm sure it's safer in the hands of our illustrious hero.
Splendid.
I suppose that having heard such astonishing tales, you're curious as to their veracity. It is certifiably true, or is it as tall as the highest rise your mind can conjure? There's but one way to know for certain, and that's to walk your way to the highest point of the Tower of Insolence, north of Alzarori. Can't we just fly and then drop our way onto the top of it? Oh, and do ask and inform about the proper details. You'll be able to learn more about the trial itself as well, I presume.
Let's
Okay.
take a moment to prepare.
Trial of the Dragon. Another dragon. 9.5. What the hell?
I'm off then.
That sounds right.
Then he left.
You there.
Hey, this guy's still in the race. Is he second?
You there.
Hang on. Isn't that...
Not even on the rock anymore. I kind of want to debate this guy, but there's a lot of other things that we have to do, so let's not do that.
All right then.
Why, you little...
Okay, should be another quest over here somewhere. There it is. Excuse me, could you possibly be the prince? There are all manner of unpleasant rumors floating around, but I don't believe a word of them. Thanks. In truth, I've had my eyes on you since the exhibition.
Just sublime.
And then, after learning that your lineage was as remarkable as your deeds, I knew for certain you were worthy of being the next king. To show my appreciation for you, Your Highness, I have prepared a special promotion of sorts. I call it the Warm Heart Full Wallet Hot Springs campaign. You have but to bathe in a hot spring, Your Highness, and you shall receive a reward. I do have all these bath salts. If you put some of the hot spring water you bathed into this vial and bring it to me as proof, I'll have... Oh, so you're a pervert. Okay. Is that acceptable?
Whoa.
So, you're just gonna pay us to take a bath? This seems weird. Shady, even.
It's too much to take.
Why, His Highness works so hard to save his people. I just want him to have a moment to relax and to offer a little extra monetary support. Ma'am, if you drink that right in front of me, I'm gonna have to walk away very quickly, actually. This is my sole desire. Will you accept this vial as a token of this humble merchant's goodwill? Sure.
Just sublime.
My word, such kindness. It's an honor to know you believe in me. The hot spring is here underneath Blue Sky Bridge. A bit gloomy, I know, especially being that's only open at night, but the baths are a slice
Help me
of
out,
heaven.
would you?
You can always find me here. Please let me know when you've acquired the spring water.
Let's give it a shot.
Gamer femboy bathwater? Yeah, exactly.
Okay then.
Great, fantastic. I hate it.
All right then.
Let's see here. Have we got any other quests on here? I'm assuming that, like, I'm gonna go to, like, every city and there's gonna be, like, quests in literally every town.
All right.
Where to?
So I'm just gonna, like, try every map here. Yeah, there's someone down here.
Let's go.
By the dragon statue. Why are there so many quests? I can't do all these. What's going on?
Hello there.
Lately, I've been searching through old histories to review your secret traditions, and I discovered something about a set of towers scattered throughout the country.
Whoa.
A tower like that one place,
I
right?
see.
Yeah, we're familiar. Is that so? And that makes things simpler. According to the book I read, when turmoil rocks the world of men, a sign will appear in the towers 3. 3 trials for 3 towers. Upon the hero who proves trustworthy of forbidden power that's been sealed away in this world will be bestowed. Essentially, 3 towers will appear, each with their own trial, and then whoever conquers them will obtain some kind of great unprecedented power. But what if we were to eliminate 2 of the towers, and I only had to do 1 of them? The nature of this power is unknown. However, judging by the description of worthy hero, I sense these are trials of not only sheer strength, but honor and other qualifications. I like how the sky's gone screwed in, like, everywhere and not just over the capital. Ask Skydad for an extension. I haven't made enough friends yet. Can you, like, give me a bit more time? Somehow it reminds me of Royal Magic. I dread to think what would happen if Luis obtained it. I wonder, I would much prefer it in your hands. What do you think of it? Will you undertake these trials? Sure.
Let's take a moment to prepare.
Another, like, 9.5 Gs.
Thank you.
Let's check.
I see.
Okay, yeah,
Be
we've already
careful.
heard about one of these.
I'll see you again.
All right, then.
Okay, I think this is actually you can just see everywhere all at once on this island, so I don't think I have to worry about that one.
Where to?
Let's check out Brilhaven.
Let's go.
One quest over here, it looks like. Also, I have to talk to Beetle Salesman. Haven't done that in a while.
Luis, I could see it.
Please? Hello?
Well, going over... this is
What
going to
are
be
you
another
talking
tower.
about?
Do you know anything about any
Well,
towers?
didn't
Oh,
it?
something's off about you if you want to talk about towers. Do you mean this... you do mean the Forsaken Tower, North Tower, blah, 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 blah.
Now what am I to
Yeah, it's
do?
another tower. Apparently there's some sort of legendary monster at the top. Yeah, okay, sure.
Let's take a moment to prepare.
You don't have 2 gauntlet runners, you could take out 1 tower at most.
Please, if there's anything you can do.
Trick Luis into taking out the 2nd tower.
All right.
What?
Okay.
All right, then.
Is there anything else going on in Brilhaven?
Let's go.
Beetle guy. I don't know if I've actually been finding all the beetles. I probably missed some, but, you know, whatever. I see you've returned. Have you found any gold
Hey
beetles
there.
for me? Oh, let me see how many. Oh, an excellent gold beetle delivery. This will be a great boon for my research. In a while, more like never. Yeah. Venom Ward Charmer. It's a tremendously useful item. It protects you from dragon's poison. Dragon's poison? Well, not that I've ever tried it myself.
Maybe.
Still, if you have items that protect you from dragons, you're no regular bug researcher, are you? Gold beetles here have a different shrine depending on the magla where it lives. Right now, all I'm doing is attempting to solve that mystery. Find another 13, making 25 in total. I'll give you these clawbreakers in
Understood.
exchange. Yeah, I'm missing a lot of beetles, I feel like. Okay.
All right, then.
Is there any other quests? Looks like that was the only
Where
one
to?
in this town. Let's check Martira. There might be 0 quests in Martira. Nice.
All right, then.
I kind of don't want to have
Where
any
to?
more than what we've already got here. Yeah, no, that's good. Okay, so I've scooped up all the quests, I'm pretty sure. I should get enough courage from just the quests. It's wisdom, tolerance, and eloquence that I'm going to have a bit more problems with. But hopefully that's something that'll help itself without me having to do anything. For this sort of stuff, Yufa would probably be the best one to start with this year, because if I start with Yufa, then I can potentially have a day where I'm not talking to her, just talk to, like, Maria, and then I talk to, like, Yufa again, and I can talk to Barden. That would cap out both of those, and then I should be able to talk to Yufa to cap that off after that point. Everyone else's evening, I think, is the problem. We just got Brigida, Alonso, Katharina. So let me just count how many days I've got here. We've got 1 from Juna. 4, 10. I don't know if those count, but we'll put that at 12, 13, 16, 18, 19, 20. I've got 20 days worth of stuff, and it's less than that because I've got the ability to do some of them at night. But we're looking at approximately 20 of these, so it's definitely something that's kind of a priority if I want to actually finish them all. Okay, we're going to save. Back to the start again as far as our save rotation goes, which is, you know, fine. But, yeah. That's going to be our stream for today. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing on Wednesday. I feel like it's probably just going to be straight metaphor, but maybe we'll go back to my city skyline city. But yeah, this one was pretty fun. I feel like I got absolutely nothing done because the entire thing was cutscene hell, but at the same time we got a lot of learning. Actually, we did beat up like 1 human. So that's progress. That's technically progress. In any event, yeah. Hope you found this one enjoyable and hope to see you guys all next time.